In this episode, we look at the human body systems, page 110 from our science workbook. In the human body, certain tasks are carried out by several different organs working together. These organs all belong to a system. Some functions of the body, such as digestion, excretion, and reproduction, are carried out by the systems of the body. So here we have a table and we have rows and columns. In the first column, from left to right, we have the name of the system. In the second column, we have the organs in the system. And then in the third column, we have main functions. So let's start. We have the skeletal system made up of the skeleton, and its function is to support and protect the body. The muscular system, made up of muscles, to allow movement in the body. The digestive system is made up of the alimentary canal, the liver, and the pancreas. Main function, to take in and break food down into simple substances. The circulatory system is made up of the heart and blood vessels. Main function, to carry oxygen and food around the body. The respiratory system, made up of the nose, the mouth, bronchial tube, windpipe, and lungs, has the main function of the exchange of gases between the air and the bloodstream. The excretory system is made up of the kidney, the lungs, the skin, the liver, and intestines. Its main function is to get rid of harmful and unwanted substances. The nervous system is made up of the brain and spinal cord. Its main function is that it receives information from all the parts of the body and sends out messages to tell body parts what to do. The reproductive system. The reproductive system is made up of the testes and ovaries, and its main function is to produce offspring. Okay, now we move from page 110 to page 111, where we look at the skeletal system. The human body is built on a frame of bones called the skeleton. The skeleton supports the body by giving it shape and form. Without it, the whole body would collapse. It protects the soft organs inside the body. For example, the skull protects the brain, and the ribs and breastbone protect the heart and lungs. The skeleton is divided into two main parts: the axial skeleton, which lies in the center of the body and includes the skull, the backbone, rib cage, or chest bone. The appendicular skeleton, which lies on either side of the body and includes the shoulders and hips and the arms and legs. The skeleton forms a necessary place of attachment for muscles that move the body parts. There are over 200 bones in the human skeleton, ranging in size from the thigh bone to the tiny bones of the ear. Bone is a living tissue that contains many types of cells. Some of its cells surround themselves with crystals of mineral salts, and this makes bone hard and stiff. The inside of long bones contain marrow, which make blood cells and stores fat. Between the bones, there is a softer material called cartilage. This is a firm, flexible tissue which makes up the soft parts of the skeleton. The bones are held together by ligaments, which are tough, elastic strands. The part where two bones meet and are connected to allow movement is called a joint. Most joints are movable, and in these joints, the bones are covered with a layer of cartilage. So we now go to the top of page 111, and we have a diagram showing the skeletal system. So we have the skull, we have the jawbone, we have the neck, we have the collarbone, we have the shoulder, we have the breastbone, we have the ribs, we have the arm bones, we have the backbone, we have the hip bone, we have the pelvis, the tailbone, the wrist bones, the finger bones, the knee bones, the thigh bones, the lower leg bones, the ankles, and toe bones. We move from page 111 to page 112. There are three main types of joints. Hinge joints allow back and forth movement. For example, the knees. The hinge joints can be compared to a door. A door goes back and forth and is set on hinges. We have ball and socket joints which allow rotating movement. For example, the hip. Finally, there are fixed joints, and these are locked together and cannot move. These are found between the bones that protect the skull. And we have diagrams showing the hinge joints and the ball and socket joint. We move now to the muscular system. What happens when you clench your fist? Can you see the muscles moving in your hand and wrist? The entire skeleton is covered with muscles. A muscle is made up of lots of fibers arranged in bundles. Each fiber is a single cell. The muscles work or act together to produce movement. Every move that your body makes is powered by muscles, from the raising of your eyebrows to running a race at full speed. Even when you are sitting very still, parts of your body are still moving. Muscles can pull, but they cannot push. Most of your muscles are arranged in pairs or groups so that they pull in opposite directions. Vertebrates are animals with a backbone. They have three different types of muscles. Voluntary or skeletal muscles are attached to the bones by tough tendons. The human body contains about 660 voluntary muscles. These muscles are easy to feel because you can move them whenever you want to. Involuntary or smooth muscles work automatically. Muscles like these keep your heart beating and squeeze food through the digestive tract. Cardiac or heart muscle is found in the walls of the heart. Heart muscle contracts automatically and never gets tired. Muscles have a rich blood supply which provides them with oxygen and glucose. They get warm when they contract and supply about 4/5 of the body's heat. The two main muscles that move the arm are the biceps and the triceps. When you lower your arm, your bicep muscle relaxes. If you now try to make your arm as straight as possible, you can feel your triceps tighten. When you raise your arm, your biceps bend or contracts. The opposing muscles, the triceps, relaxes or straightens. And here we have a diagram showing that. We have on the left, we have the bicep muscles contracted, they become short and thick. The triceps extend and become long and thin. And the lower arm is raised. Now look at the right hand side of that diagram. The biceps extended, that means they become long and thin. And the triceps contracted and they become short and thick. And this lowers the lower arm. Note, like other body parts, your bones and muscles need nutrients, rest, and exercise for good health. Now we come to our unit review on page 113. Choose the correct response. Number 1. Which system controls the movement of the bones of the body? Is it the regulatory system, the skeletal system, the muscular system, or the nervous system? Number 2, there are over dash voluntary muscles in your body. Number 3, if you do not get enough exercise, your muscles will become bigger, stronger, weak, or tissues. Number 4, when muscles contract, they get stronger, shorter, weaker, or longer. We turn now from page 113 to page 114. Number 5, ball and socket joints, A, are unable to move sideways. B, have bones that are fused together. C, allow the greatest freedom of movement. D, allow movement in one direction. Number 6, if you fall and hit your head, which bone would protect your brain? Is it the axial, the skull, the rib cage, or is it the backbone? Number 7, bundles of tissues which connect muscles to bone are known as capillaries, cartilages, levers, or tendons. Number 8, the soft tissues found in bones are called fat, blood cells, ligaments, or marrows. Number 9, the largest bone in the human body is the skull, the thigh bone, the backbone, or the limbs. Number 10, The pair of substances which are needed for healthy bones are calcium and vitamin C, iron and vitamin D and calcium, or is it vitamin C and iron? As usual, you're supposed to finish your unit review and we'll discuss our answers in class. In the next episode, we talk about the excretory system. See you then.